Hello everybody. Today I want to show off my new compact car from Enterprise in a form of this ginormous Toyota 4Runner 2021. I showed up at Enterprise like I've been doing for the last couple months and, you know, got my reservation, got my compact car. And when I pulled up to the lot, obviously I didn't see any cars, and they didn't have a lot of cars to begin with. Vehicles to begin with, but then I knew when I pulled in, it's like, oh boy, I'm getting a minivan, or I'm getting a 15-passenger van or something like that, whatever is the least desirable vehicle. And they gave me this because they don't have any cars, so car rental companies are struggling too. And what a treat it is. First and foremost, you know, I told you guys that I'm not into SUVs, but I think I'm about to change my mind because, you know, here's my fleet right here, like you've seen plenty of times. Got my pride and joy here, and we do have the Subaru Forester, which, you know, it's okay, it's fine. And then we have this, and when I thought about it, this 4Runner is basically Toyota's equivalent of a Lincoln Town Car. And the reason for that is because, well, we all know that the good old-fashioned Panther platform, you know, was long overdue, and a body on frame and all that and all this, and we love these cars for it. Well, you know, the last generation, this last body style was, you know, from 03 through 2011 to discontinuation, and the one before that wasn't even that much different. You know, a little different interior, a little bit different exterior, but overall, I mean, not a whole lot. So you can argue that the car has been in, you know, same car for a long time. Well, this thing has been the same car for a long time. And here you go. You got body on frame. You got, this is the 5th generation that's been in this form since 2009. These 4Runners have been running around since, you know, town cars. They coexisted in its current form, believe it or not. So we got a 12-year-old vehicle, basically. And first of all, it's awesome. I will talk about the whole driving experience. I'm not sure if we're going to go on a short drive now, but definitely when I take it out on the highway, I'll do my standard thing that I've been doing. This would be my 4th rental car that I've done for this channel, and I think there will be plenty more. And I will take my town car probably after I'm done with this, so I will be taking the town car. Just, I mean, I kind of miss driving it on the road, and I want to do a follow-up to my experience and kind of compare. But man, do I have a treat now. So anyway, it's been around in this current state for 12 years. It's got ancient 4.0 liter engine, which I'm going to show you now. And well, here's the thing. So you got the key, a very basic lock-on-lock alarm. You got the little thing that you press here, and the little key pulls out. It does have smart key. I'm actually surprised that they've managed to stick a smart key thing in here. But basically, you know, have keys in the pocket. This is kind of the lock, you know, little thing. But then when you put your hand here, and it only works on the I think on the front 2 doors. It does not have the little things here. So when you grab here, nothing happens. So you unlock it, and let's look at the engine. Now, usually, I'm not an engine, you know, I don't go into the whole, you know, engine, torque, whatever, horsepower. That's just not really my interest. But in this case, I think it's very interesting, simply because, you know, I looked it up. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't know a whole lot about engines and stuff, and torque and all that, and I can't quote them, but here you go. Got a 2021 Toyota Motor Corporation, and it's a 4.0 liter engine. So it's a V6, but it only makes 270 horsepower for a 4.0 V6, and it makes about 278, I think, pound-feet of torque. Which, once again, I mean, I can't help but to draw a comparison to a town car. You know, I got a 4.6 liter engine making 239 horsepower. Now, this car is much newer. It's a 2021, but it's the same thing. You got a massive engine in here. It gets pretty lousy gas mileage for a V6, you know. This V6, by the way, makes worse, I think, gas mileage or maybe about the same. You know, I have to look it up, but I think it's 16 city and 19 highway. I'll double check on that. Which, once again, you know, everybody makes fun of this being an old car. What about this? How do you explain that? I mean, why is there a need to have such a big engine with such little horsepower? Man, I got airplane galore in here. Look at this also. Look how much space is down there. There's empty space. It's almost like you can fit a whole other battery in this compartment. All right, nice clear bottle for washer fluid. Power steering reservoir. And by the way, this is a pretty new car. It's only got like 8,000 miles, so it even still smells new. And it's very loud also. Now I will do a whole other footage of this engine, simply because I have you know, our windows are well, they're on that side, but I have my sun sweeping, and seriously, this thing is really loud when it runs. Like, it's got that old school growl. All right, you got brake fluid. Coolant, actually, surprisingly, coolant is a very small little bottle in here. Really tiny. I'm surprised how small the coolant reservoir is, but you know, maybe that's the modern technology. And look at also this. So it's got this vent type of deal right here, but then it's got some sort of a different design. Obviously, I'm not comparing it to a town car, you know, design. This is totally different. But it's got some sort of like a shelf, which is probably used for water dissipation. So, but anyway, yeah, I mean, the whole idea of having a massive vehicle in this case, SUV, like this is a real SUV. This is not one of those little crossover. All right. And just the fact that it's old, it hasn't really changed over the years. I mean, I'm surprised that Enterprise even carry these. These are expensive. The whole line stretches from about 36,000 to all the way, like, it has like, I think 9 different trims. So they're taking a book out of like the Jeep brand, where they have, you know, how many different Jeeps versions there are, and how many Dodge Challenger and Chargers there are. They're taking the same page out of the same book, and they have so many different trim levels, but they all have the same engine. It's a 5-speed automatic transmission, which is also ancient. You know, this one being an SR5, once again, it's a base model. Look at these ginormous rims. Well, it's actually, the rims themselves are small. They're 17-inch. But compared to these beefy giant tires, which, once again, I got a pretty good deal on a new one, so I don't have a whole lot of wear and tear. Look at the ground clearance too. So you got clearance there, you got a whole lot of clearance there. Now, it is summertime. I don't really have any use for all this off-roadiness, but man, in the wintertime, this thing would be a beast. And another interesting thing is, when I was looking up information on this vehicle, is sales of this thing has been either stable or been going up. So despite the fact that this thing is old, despite the fact that, you know, it lacks some of the more, you know, pristine technology of, let's say, something like, well, I don't really have any good examples on this one, but let's see. Well, a CR-V, for example, and it's really thirsty, and a lot of people just have no need for all this off-roadiness, but because it's old school, people love it. And look, every time I try to film, there's some sort of a truck here. So anyway, let's go inside. I think I've kind of talked enough about this thing. Let's go inside. Let's start exploring. So you open the door here. I'm not sure if somebody had really scratchy elbows or what's up with this, or this is some sort of makeup, or I have no idea, but this is vinyl. This is not leather. This being the base trim level, it doesn't really have a whole lot of, you know, amenities, but it does have a lot of interesting stuff, is because, you know, you got all auto windows, so that's cool. For some reason they're up here, so when you open the window and a little water comes in, they're gonna go right in there. I have this nice little shelf. I'm not sure what you would put in there, but it's there. And I got my mask, cup holders. These seats, let's look at the seats. They are nice, they are comfy. Thank God they're not made out of that fake leather stuff that my Volkswagen Jetta had. They're just nice, basic seats. They are supportive, they are nice, they're soft. You got power adjustments, and you do have lumbar support, which yes, I'm very thankful for that. I didn't get any floor mats, so I'm not sure if floor mats are optional at this point, because it's a base model, or somebody took them. And look, they have like a little locking things, but I didn't see any in the trunk, and we will explore the trunk too. So there's that. You have this interesting panel. So power, mirrors, okay, dim adjustment. I couldn't really figure out what this was until I saw in the display, which we will look at. This is the auto high beams button. So when you turn on the high beams, if this button is pressed, it will basically modulate the high beams. So that's an interesting off-road feature. You have heated windshield wipers. So I didn't look at this before, but I did see that. That was kind of cool. So somewhere in there, yeah, there you go. You see that? No, I don't know if you can, but basically you have the strip, same thing like you have on a defroster in the back. It's hidden, so maybe you guys can't see it through the lens, but this thing heats up, so your windshield wipers do not stick if it's, you know, iced over. So that's a cool feature. Yeah, you see the category, it's SFAR. I remember it from my car rental days. Yeah, that's a standard SUV, which, yeah, I mean, this would be like an Explorer, like a comparable Explorer type of deal. All right, so that's very cool. Once again, for the winter time would be nice. You have a power outlet button on off, which I'll show you there in the back. A lot of blank switches here too. Here, there's some sort of an odd switch. Look, you have the good old-fashioned foot brake. Once again, proves how old the design is. Coming in here, I mean, the sitting position, first of all, it's really high. There's no running boards. I think running boards is an option. On the West, I think maybe it's standard in some of the other higher trims. But man, I am sitting quite high. And it's not because the seat is adjusted, but just the whole car is kind of high. You know, you have these nice grippity grips. Very solid. And probably, nope. Huh. Okay, well, they don't extend, but you have a little thing right here. You know, you have mirror with light, so pretty nice. This steering wheel. This is kind of interesting. So first of all, thank God for not making this flat bottomed like so many cars do these days. It's got so many different widths of a steering wheel, so it almost made like for just about everybody. And it is leather covered. So you have pretty thin on top. You have these nice extension grips here. But then it kind of goes into like this other beefier category, and you have a little like fake perforations almost like. But it does feel like leather. So it's like, do you want to grip a little thin steering wheel? Grab here. If you want something more substantial, grab here. So that's kind of cool. You have very standard gauges. Now, I'm not going to start this car just yet. Because once again, there you go. Oh, this should give us just about everything we need. All right, well, maybe I'll just open the window and close the door. All right, there you go. So yeah, so check this out. Got all these gauges right up here, but they are old school gauges. No screens here except for that little tiny screen that keeps reminding me to push the button. All right, so let's look at this. First of all, 12.7 miles per gallon. Yep, that's probably what I average. So check this out. Very basic gauges, but I love them. I didn't get it with a full tank of gas, so oh well. So this tiny screen, I mean, you have, you know, all the different information, a lot of different trip stuff, 282 miles to empty, which is also not a lot. I mean, I'm pretty sure this thing drinks a lot of gas. Average 12.5. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of far. I can't really get it in there. Well, there you go. 12.5 miles per gallon average. This eco indicator is hilarious. We'll talk about it when we take it out on the highway. All right, digital speedometer. Sway warning, time until rest. Yeah, not really sure why that's necessary. And then just a blank screen. So if you don't want to see anything, don't see anything. There you go, odometer. And that's my trip. I went to a grocery store, which I will talk a little bit about some of the trunk situation. You have steering wheel angle, which I guess when you turn your steering wheel, it'll show which way you're pointed, and then you have tire pressure monitor. All the different, oh, it does have a laser guided cruise control, so we will test this out. And then the lane departure warning system. This is really annoying. I turned that off in my Volkswagen Jetta because it got really annoying. And no, wait, was it Jetta? Crap, now I forgot. What was the other thing I drove? Not Jetta. God, I am drawing a blank now. Anyway, I'll figure out what it is that I drove. So that's it, and then some sort of warning messages, and then all the different settings of whether your lane departure warning, your pre-collision, like basically just to turn them on and off. That's all you get. You get 120 mile-an-hour speedometer, and I will be testing that when we get there. So I am kind of surprised that Toyota has put all this technology in their base model vehicle. So I think that probably is what helps people buy these things, you know, in 2021. It's old. I mean, it's old technology. A lot of people has moved away from stuff like this, but Toyota still manages to sell quite a bit of them. You have some controls. You have a volume, voice control, which I don't use. Your mode control, like what you want to listen to. Your Bluetooth. Once again, all the different, your on and off for lane departure, for cruise control. But look, they still use this old-fashioned stock. I mean, they've been using it for how many years? But they did manage to integrate a radar. Look, radar ready. If you guys even saw that. So this also shows that if the company is willing to invest money in it, they can put all this. Because when 4Runners first came out, I mean they came out in '84. This mark is older than I am. They didn't have any of that, so they integrated over the years. And despite this current generation, 5th generation, being in its, I don't know, what, 12th year, they still managed to put stuff in here that's more modern technology. All right, you have your wiper stalks, nothing standard. You do have fog lights here. That's kind of nice on a base model. And yeah, daytime running lights are off, your light controls. All right, moving here, look, they integrated push button start, even though probably in '09 when this thing came out, didn't have that, so they added that afterwards. Blank switch, once again, not sure what it does, but there are some pictures online of like the top of the line trim. I mean, they do put these buttons in here. What else? The good old-fashioned clock, but instead of doing it green like they usually did, they made it blue, which I'm guessing that's probably what the yeah, so they light up in blue here. So that's kind of cool. All right, everything has a nice, beefy, rubbery feeling right there. You have this is the home screen, which for some reason, I can't change anything in here, but it shows my range, my phone, my contacts, and the fact that the audio is off. And look at this. They even put the knobs. Well, first of all, it's a good thing that it has knobs. They put the little rubbery grips on all the knobs. This is cool. Map. The navigation is not installed. So you have a button, you don't have the feature. I think this does have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. I will test it out. I don't see anything in here, but I'm pretty sure it has that. So projection, please connect to compatible. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it does have that. I mean, that's what this button does. Yeah, audio. I mean, it does not have XM. It's not there. Apps. Yeah, you have Wi-Fi hotspot, which I tried. It's not available. And then notification, which, once again, I don't know what kind of notifications. And then you can connect your phone. And yeah, okay, it's got all my history and stuff. So yeah, that's it. Look at this. This is cool. Why are these knobs so huge? Now this is manual. This is the base model. It's got manual controls, but oh my God, if this is not the biggest freaking knobs you've ever seen on a climate control, I don't know where else can you find them. Look at this button. Look at this recirc button. Look at this defrost button. Holy crap, look how big it is. Now I've seen a picture of this car coming with automatic climate control. Buttons are smaller, you have a lot more options, but wow. I mean, they move very easily, very fluid, but they are just huge. Same thing right here. I think this blank panel, I've seen these with heated and cooled seats, so I think this is a panel for cooled seats. You have your USB, no Type-C here, and you have some sort of a blank panel. Now this is interesting too. You have this very substantial knob for your 4x4. I think, oh, okay, it does work. So you have to press this lock button, so you get it into the high, and then you have stuff that starts blinking. Yep, I guess because you do have to have it in neutral. And then you also have this to turn it into the low. And once again, because the car's off, it's probably not going to do anything, but you have this Very substantial knob without, you have to push down and you have to hit unlock, so they really want to make this into something special. Cup holder, some sort of a weird shelf, or maybe this is a panel for blank switches. Very old school shifter, plus and the minus 5 speed, that's all you get. Blank here, blanks here. This is super cool. Check this out. Why don't more SUVs have that? What, I mean, this is so cool. Yeah, you have this, blanks, blanks. Empty stuff here. Pretty sizable glove box. And it's only one, and look, it doesn't have any wood, it just has like a fake steel type of panel. But then this is cool, they have buttons here. This is what's so interesting. Vehicle data transmission is on. Your vehicle wire switch transmits location, driving, and vehicle health data to deliver your services for the internal research and data analysis. So it basically tells you that, like, you don't have a choice to turn it off. You just basically, it's on. But, you know, to be removed by the owner. Well, I'm not the owner, I'm not gonna remove it. They're pretty old. And then look at this, you want it off or this, that's all you get. But here you have your traction control, your like some sort of stability system, and your descent control, and then you have, I guess, their version of OnStar button, and then you have this sunglass holder, auto mirror. Yeah, so sitting in here, I do have the seat all the way down, and then the steering wheel is kind of like all the way up. It is a telescoping, but I usually have it like that. And yeah, you have pretty nice, like it's not a lot of room, but it's enough for me. You know, this is how I would drive in a town car too. Just you know, not a lot of stuff to bump into here. This is kind of soft and nice, so when you're wearing shorts, you're hitting your knee, you're not hurting yourself. All right, this video is getting kind of long, so I will try to explore the back and the trunk, and then the second portion will be the actual driving experience. So I can turn it off. Let's do this. All right. Yep, the step down height is quite tall. So, to be honest with you, I thought, oops, I really thought that the 4Runners were 5 passengers. I did not know that they are actually 7 passengers. So check this out. So the back of it is kind of the same thing. You have auto thing here. So check this out. You do have little vents here. So that's interesting. I'll turn it off so I get more air in there. And then you do have 2 USBs. Once again, I'm pretty sure they were added afterwards. You get both map, but they're not pockets. They are like nets. That's kind of interesting. A lot of room, but this seat slides. Look at this. I can slide this seat, and then I'm really hitting. Now this seat is all the way back. This one I'm not 100% sure where it is, but yeah, it's kind of, it's a lot of travel. So you can, I mean, this is a lot of room for me. Now I'm not sure what this does. Oh, okay, so that's a recline. Look at this, you can recline this thing. Okay, that's interesting. So you can kind of see how much travel there is. Alrighty. Yeah, so that's kind of, oh, okay, whoops. All right, well, we don't want that. And then there's probably, this is how you get, oh, well, this is also how you get rear recline. It's kind of weird. All right, well, we can start getting it in all the way back because it does have back seats. And so how do we get back there? First of all, there's not a whole lot of room. Whoa, how do I? Maybe I need to unfold them from the back? Hold on. What am I doing wrong here? What about this? Okay. Wait, so so I need to slide it. Oh. Well, that sucks. That's how you get in the back? No, that can't be. No way. All right, and then this is stuck. Oh, okay. All right, so wow, this is so awkward. And then what the heck is this? Oh, wow. All right. right. Well, that's something new. I've never seen a seat do this before. That's got to be some sort of awkward way, but I still don't understand how to get in the back from here, because you can't climb over this. Let me go on this side. Okay, so oh, so that's all you get. So unless I'm missing something, and if somebody who's watching has an Explorer, has a 4Runner, tell me, why doesn't it want to move up on that side? Yeah, like look at this difference. All right, well, yeah, this is really bad. I think this setup. All right, well, it is nice that they give you one of these little steps, but man, this is not good. Oh God, I'm gonna die in here. Oh, okay, ow. Oh, all right. Yeah. First of all, look at the width of this. There's barely any foam. There's like cardboard in there. Holy crap. Well, oh wow. Well, first of all, my knees are really high up there. Now, oh wow, okay. So I'm not sure why doesn't this big seat actually move. Now there could be something is stuck, but this one seems to be fine. But then, oh wow, no. Yeah, this is, I'm gonna try and film my sitting position. Like, look at this. All right, sorry for my sexy legs, but holy crap, like this is, like I cannot. Now I'm 5'11". Granted, this is just for kids, and there's only two, so thank God there's not a third seat in here, because this is, I mean, the width is bad. I'm not sure what this little clippity clip is, unless it's for the seat belt, although I'm not sure. Yeah, this is bad, like it's really pushing. I don't know what this does. Oh, okay. So that's the release, and I'm guessing this is a release also. Yeah, so, oh. Jesus, okay. I am not having a lot of luck here, but yeah, so anyway, this seat is not made for anybody probably over 4 feet tall. Now, once again, I am not sure why this seat refuses to cooperate, but then also look, it doesn't have one of these poles. So maybe the idea is that you're only supposed to climb through here. Because once again, we got on that side you do have steps, but yeah, like you can't really climb through here. Now this headrest, all right, here you go. Now if I'm sitting up straight, yeah, my head is gonna hit this. I don't know, I'm hoping that I'm filming myself. Oh God, yeah, like I can't even get to the headrest, but then if I lean like this, then I can kind of fit there. Yeah, well, not happening. Not happening at all. So I guess you pull on that to fold these, and then look at the trunk space. All right, so let's go out. I know this video is extremely long at this point, but wow. Oh. Yeah, like this whole contraption is not really made. So I would never ever suggest that anybody ever uses this as a 7-passenger vehicle. I mean, come on, look at this. This is your trunk space, you know. Now it's got these nice metal tie down points, and you do have a first aid kit, which we will look at. Wow, yeah, so definitely not recommended. Oh, look at this. When I pull on this, the seat bottom slides back. But then, okay, and then I can also use this. Yeah, like this is definitely a 5-passenger vehicle. Like with 5 passengers, you can do some normal driving. Like look, when they move back, they're basically up against it. But then, yeah, like this big seat for some reason refuses to cooperate. I'm not sure why. You do have an armrest, nice padded. This they actually stole out of like the Lexus RX and some of the other. I've seen this whole setup on the other one. I think in a Lexus this is like wood panel. So either A, there's something wrong with this seat, it's jammed, or B, it's not really designed to be used like that. All right, but I mean, otherwise the room in the second row is nice. I mean, look at all that, but not in the back. So yeah, so with this, you got plenty of space. You got some cubbies here. Once again, not sure what this is. Now, this is the one problem that I'm gonna have is this car did not come with any cargo tray, any cargo cover, no net. I mean, there's stuff in here that designed to have a net, but nothing. This bottom piece doesn't come out. I've seen some pictures where this thing would come with like a movable tray, where like the way I guess they would make this whole panel slide out. This is not on this vehicle. It's really high off the ground, which is not a big deal for me, but I can see this being an everyday grocery getter. I'm sure that this is an option, and I'm sure maybe the cargo tray is an option. But yeah, I'm not having a good vibe here. See the first aid kit. What do we have in there? Masks, gloves, some tape, some gauze, some scissors. Okay, now it is possible that somebody took the net or the tray. I've had that happen before. So there's that. Besides that, okay, so you do have a power outlet and a cigarette lighter back here, so that's cool. And then here you have third seat. Do not operate the seat while the vehicle is moving. Okay. Take care not to jam your hands and feet in the moving parts. Oh yeah, well, considering how small of an area it is. So basically, it's got so many different warnings, and I wonder what's in there. Oh, your jack and tools. Okay, so that's cool. At least they give you that. And what's in here? Nothing. Okay, so you got a little cubby in there, so that's kind of nice. So I guess the last thing that I could show you guys before we cut this, you do have speakers down there, actually two of them. You have a little light, which you can kind of set in here, and there's also that same little light is in there. You do have, it's interesting too, you do have a strap, and you do have these giant pull bars. And then check this out. Now, I know in the older 4Runners, you would put a key in, and you could hold it, and then the glass would lower. But here you don't have that. You do have a lock and unlock. So if you click lock, basically the car itself would lock up. Now the key is still in my pocket, but then you click unlock. So, and then you have this. And obviously it does the same thing for all doors. And then also check this out. The rear wiper kind of slides in there. I mean, I kind of do like the look. All right, so the car that was standing here is going. Wow, this is one of my longest review videos, and we haven't even driven this. And that is because I'm nerding out to this thing. Now, I will talk about when we drive it, but wow. I mean, I am amazed how powerful, as far as, now when I say powerful, I don't mean fast, but how powerful and how interesting this thing drives compared to this Forester. But how similar it moves compared to this town car. And seriously, I'm starting to come up with my own theory as far as what cars I like. I love this car because it's big, because it's kind of slow, it's powerful but not fast. Well, I love this SUV because it's kind of old school. It has some modern technology, so I do appreciate it for what it is. I do like the fact that it, you know, has that Android Auto, Apple CarPlay or whatever. I like the fact that it has to be, you know, power windows, locks, you know, AC, all the modern stuff. But I love the older feeling of an older car that you don't get, you know, with stuff like this or even this. And the way it sits right now, if I wanted to get an SUV, like to do SUV stuff, I would really consider this thing. I would consider the base model, just like this one. So I get all the you know, the basics down, you know, keep the cost down, probably a couple years old, so that $37,000, you know, maybe drops to like 25. But man, I love this old school feeling. All right, everybody, I'll catch up with you next time I drive it, and it's gonna be an interesting experience. We'll see you.